Giant squid. These creatures are one of the most notorious ocean dwellers to exist. So much so that countless tales and legends have been told depicting this monstrous creature. These tales usually describe a large kraken that terrorizes sailors and sinks ships with ease. However, these stories were often regarded as urban legend. This is because nobody could seem to get a picture of the darn thing. That is, until 1873, when this photograph was taken by Reverend Moses Harvey in Newfoundland. The story goes, Harvey had just been given word that 4 fishermen to the north had just hauled a giant squid in their net. In their struggle to kill the giant, slimy creature, they ended up cutting off most of its head. In this decapitated state, Harvey paid the fishermen $10 for it. If you're wondering why a reverend would pay 10 hard-earned dollars for half a dead squid, you've clearly never had to entertain guests. That is because, upon receiving this squid, Harvey decided to drape the carcass in his living room, as he invited people to come see it. Now that's a conversation starter. Giant squid are typically found in deeper parts of the ocean, where most sunlight can't reach. As these monsters lurk in the dark, they develop a monstrous-sized appetite. As you probably could guess, the only thing that can fill the belly of a beast is another beast. Giant squid typically feast on deep-sea fish, crustaceans, and other giant squid. These squid would use their 2 tentacles to catch prey and grip it with their suckers. They then bring the prey to their powerful beak and shred it with their radula, a tongue with small file-like teeth. Now, if you thought these creatures are the apex predator in their environment, you would be wrong. That is because you forgot the first law of the ocean. There's always a bigger fish. That fish turns out to be a mammal that regularly beefs with the giant squid, the sperm whale. These species are natural enemies to each other and are always fighting. Well, actually, it's more like one is fighting and the other is trying to stay alive. I'll let you guess which is which. Black holes. You're probably familiar with the kind of black holes that exist in outer space. These astronomical objects have gravitational pulls so strong, not even light can escape. Luckily for us, these terrifying bodies only exist in outer space, far enough away that we don't ever have to worry about them here on Earth. Or so we thought. Turns out this is not the case, as we also have black holes in our oceans. These black holes are formed by excess energy from strong ocean currents that break off into smaller loops. Scientists classify these phenomena as eddies. These eddies can be anywhere from 10 to 100 kilometers in diameter and can last for months. They apparently got the nickname of black holes due to the fact that large eddies are mathematically similar to black holes, and the fact that they're so tightly shielded by circular water paths, nothing caught in them can escape. Ironically, the typical way we can track these ocean black holes is from space. This is due to their massive size and impact on the surrounding ocean. Ocean black holes also have a significant impact on the climate. This is because they connect the deep ocean to the atmosphere. This can end up bringing more warm and salty water from the southern oceans to the northern ones. Now, if only we could get them to do it the other way around. Dead bodies. Dead bodies litter the ocean almost as much as litter itself. Countless vessels have lost crew to the depths of this massive watery grave, whether it be from bravery, stupidity, or a combination of both. Current estimates of total ocean fatalities range from hundreds of thousands to the millions. But what's more terrifying is that this number is growing. Each year, more than 300,000 people drown in oceans around the world, which makes it the 3rd leading cause of unintentional death, right behind stubbing your toe. If you want to avoid being a part of this death toll, I recommend you become a lady. I'm not joking. This is because men are about 3.5 times more likely to drown than women, and make up about 80% of all drownings worldwide. This is because men are more likely to participate in water activities while under the influence of alcohol or drugs. They are also less likely to wear a life jacket and more likely to engage in riskier behaviors like swimming or boating alone. But what that statistic fails to realize is that this isn't by choice. When people die in the ocean, most times that will be their final resting place. This is because nobody wants to risk going in after them, knowing it'll be the end of them as well. These bodies slowly sink at first before gases from decomposition eventually make them float again, after which scavengers will pick apart the dead body until only bones remain, at which point they will sink again, adding to the ever-growing pile at the bottom of the ocean. The bloop. In 1997, a loud mysterious sound would be recorded by NOAA researchers off the coast of Chile. The sound was a low-frequency, high-amplitude noise that lasted around 1 minute. Researchers immediately began comparing this unfamiliar sound with those that they've heard in the past, and they noticed that this low frequency was very similar to that of whales, except this one was much, much louder, being able to be heard over a range of 5,000 kilometers. They soon began to realize that this was no ordinary creature. Scientists quickly got excited with the possibility of discovering the marine animal capable of making such a sound. Many theories surfaced imagining what this new species could be. Some believed it to be a new species of giant squid or blue whale. Other skeptics thought it was military exercises or ships, while others knew exactly what it was and always will be. Aliens. Well, it turns out none of them were correct, as the sound originated from an ice quake. Ice quakes happen when icebergs break off from Antarctic glaciers. The sound made from sea ice cracking and melting creates a long bloop sound. Ice quakes have become more frequent in recent decades due to global climate change, which really sucks because now we really won't get to see any aliens. Bobbitworms. These creatures are probably the most terrifying thing you can come across on the ocean floor. These ambush predators lurk the seabed in anticipation for the perfect opportunity to strike. They submerge themselves in the sand and patiently wait, and wait, and wait, until an unsuspecting fish swims across its path. Immediately, the bobbitworm extends out at over 20 kilometers an hour, where it quickly latches onto the fish and drags it back under the sand. Luckily for us, these creatures only live at the bottom of the ocean, far enough away that we don't ever have to deal with them here on the surface. Or so we thought. You see, these creatures have a habit of making homes out of rocks, and we humans have a habit of decorating our homes with rocks. You might be able to tell what happens next. Aquarium enthusiasts who like to decorate their fish tanks with ocean rocks end up harboring this annoying predator. And I say annoying in all caps because they are a pain in the butt to get rid of. Try and pull it out? Not likely. It's anchored with hundreds of legs. Catch it when it's not looking? It's nocturnal, meaning you can't see it either. Cut it in half? Well, now you have 2 of them. On top of a bite that can cause permanent nerve damage, and these creatures growing to a max length of 10 feet long, it'll probably be easier to get another tank entirely than to deal with this no-good camping scum. The abyss. If there's one thing you should be terrified of in the ocean, it's the abyss. This layer of the ocean sits right above the hadal zone, putting it right above the very bottom of the ocean. This area is a pitch black void due to the fact that sunlight cannot penetrate to these depths. Now don't pee your pants yet, as it's not the dark you should be afraid of, but what lurks in the dark that will do the trick. The abyss is home to the most nightmare-inducing creatures on the planet. These creatures are so unattractive that they might as well be invisible, which some of them are. But this is mainly because we drag these poor, hideous things out of their natural habitat. As their bodies are forcefully adjusted to the lower pressure, they begin to look goopy, droopy, and well, just plain ugly. It's okay though, as we're already doing our part to rid the world of these nasty things, by polluting the ocean so nothing can survive in it anyways. The Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is a triangular region of the North Atlantic Ocean. This area is infamous for the many strange disappearances that happen within its borders. Countless ships, planes, and people have said to go missing here and are never to be found again. What's even more terrifying is that most times there is no debris or wreckage to confirm their deaths, meaning these people are essentially disappearing off the face of the planet, which is actually one hell of a magic trick. Scientists studying this phenomena, however, believe it to be no different from any other wrecks that happen around the globe, attributing the disappearances to known factors like weather or human error. To that, I say yeah right. They just don't want us to know that it was aliens. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Stay cool and peace out.